morning show with host you know. Granny's judge and you love dough. Baking it, we're hosting together for the first time. So who knows what's gonna impress the grandmas and what's gonna explode? Mix it, make it. Granny's taste it. Mix it, make it, whisk it, make it. Baking it.
Later, Jimmy Fallon welcomes Kate Hudson, NBC Tonight.
It's set up for future success. We'll learn how a Crandon campground is using grant money.
Plus, a local school threat. We'll hear from the district office about what exactly happened.
And it's peak season for Christmas tree sales. We'll see how one farm is keeping up. Your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Mohammed Abdul Kawi and Conrad Sapinski.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Jessica Jukic.
And I'm Dan Hagan. A recent grant is bringing more greenery to Wisconsin.
One of the many places benefiting from the DNR's urban forestry program is Crandon's Veterans Memorial Park. News Watch 12's Matt Weaver explains how it will beautify the area.
This is Veterans Memorial Campground / Park. It's a blank canvas out there and we can really do stuff with it now.
A recent grant from the state is helping to bring more greenery to Crandon.
A lot of this campground used to be underwater when it rained, so in certain areas it's gone up 6 feet in elevation. That's the main reason there's no trees at the moment.
Travis Willenberg with the Forest County Forestry and Recreation Department is part of the effort.
Aesthetics, I think a lot of people, they come up to northern Wisconsin, they want to feel embraced at the nature, and I think trees and greenery just put a smile on people's faces.
As Willenberg's team decides on a specific tree to plant, he wants to make sure it's appropriate for the venue.
Just nothing with sap. We just don't need sap tripping on RVs, vehicles. So oaks, maples, a lot of different varieties.
Before they plant trees next spring, this forest administrator has some planning to do.
We just look at a list and probably pick what's best for the soil, the area, what's going to provide the best shade, growth. Other than that, just making sure we have a diversity of trees, of species, just so if there would be bug that would come through, it wouldn't wipe out everything.
The grant will bring 50 to 60 trees and will cover the cost of maintenance and installation as well.
I think it's going to generate more excitement, enthusiasm to be able to see trees again out in the park and not your neighbor as much.
In Crandon, Matt Weaver, News Watch 12.
It was a cool but calm day out there today, Conrad.
Yeah, it was a nice one outside today. The weekend was beautiful as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
I had a great weekend, but man, I am excited for the snow to come.
I am so excited, not only to shovel and plow, I'm also ready to ski. I know you're a big skier. But yeah, taking a look outside right now, it is pretty calm, but our next low pressure system is starting to develop right this moment in the west. Denver actually has a little bit of snowfall. Salt Lake City, Billings, this is more on the lighter end at the moment, but by tomorrow, this will be a well-developed system producing significant snowfall in the upper Midwest, especially North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. For us, though, it starts to arrive Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Right now, we do have some cloudy skies. Not looking too bad. This is the calm before the storm. Temperatures are pretty chilly, definitely cold enough for some snow. Take a look at North Platte, 49 degrees. So that is where that low pressure system, the main part of the low pressure system, is located right at this moment. But temperatures right now are chilly. 29 degrees here in Rhinelander, same thing in Eagle River, Land O'Lakes, but it is feeling much colder. That feels like temperature, the temperature we feel on our skin, in the teens, folks, so bundle up outside. Tonight, though, temperatures will be hovering in those mid to upper 20s. Jessica?
We're learning new details about a lieutenant with the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office who retired after months on paid administrative leave. Lieutenant Chad Collinsworth retired on October 1st. Collinsworth was put on paid administrative leave back in March after coworkers lodged several complaints against him for alleged harassment, sexual harassment, and bullying. According to the nearly 130 pages of disciplinary files Newswatch 12 received, Collinsworth was accused of making sexist comments like saying, quote, females don't belong in law enforcement, and saying a female coworker was only hired because she, quote, had a pretty face. Coworkers were also afraid Collinsworth would retaliate against them. The allegations took place various times through 2020 to 2022.
The Northland Pines School District and the Vilas County Sheriff's Department confirmed reports of a threat between middle school students today. In a press release, they said no staff or students were in danger at any time. The district went on to say the potential threat was taken seriously, and the school district says any student involved will be held accountable. No more details were released. The district says this is to protect the rights of all individuals involved.
Congressional leaders and White House are struggling to reach a massive deal on government funding package. Democrats and Republicans still have not agreed on spending numbers that will fund the federal government through the fiscal year that ends in September 2023. The two parties are about $26 billion apart on domestic spending. Lawmakers warn that they almost certainly will need to pass a short-term measure to avoid a shutdown at the end of the week. Officials hope to wrap up their work in the lame duck session by Friday, but are now making plans to stay around right up until the Christmas weekend. The fate of the bill is also linked to an election overhaul measure to avoid another January 6th attack.
The number of undocumented crossings from Mexico into the U.S. is near record highs right now. President Biden is asking Congress for $3 billion to secure the border. The money would also go toward processing and sheltering migrants claiming asylum, according to a White House spokesperson. The timing is because a federal judge ruled Title 42 must lift on December 21st, which is coming up. Title 42 was put in place during the height of the pandemic. It has kept migrants from claiming asylum more than 2.4 million times. The number of undocumented crossings right now is around 8,000 a day.
Substance abuse not only affects the individual, but has ripple effects across an entire community. Some Oneida County leaders have been working on understanding the complex problem locally. The Oneida County Health Department and Community Outreach, Prevention, and Education Coalition, or COPE, have recently completed a community substance use assessment in Oneida County. The survey was designed with the purpose of identifying what causes people to abuse drugs in the Northwoods and some possible solutions. A few recurring topics emerged, including connecting between untreated mental health concerns as a risk factor for developing a substance use concern. Stigma was the #1 barrier preventing individuals from seeking out treatment. One possible solution is increasing access to recovery resources within the prison system.
The FBI has released hate crime statistics for the past year. Nearly 9,000 people were victims of an alleged hate crime in 2021. However, that number is likely much higher in reality, because 35% of law enforcement agencies failed to report. According to the FBI, of the hate crimes reported in 2021, a majority were against individuals because of their race or ethnicity. Families across the country are buying Christmas trees right now, and many of those trees are coming from right here in northern Wisconsin.
A local tree farm is trying to keep their products as affordable as possible as prices are rising. Newswatch 12's Mohammed Abdul Kawi went to Tomahawk today to learn more.
Demand for Christmas trees is probably at an all-time high. There actually is a tree shortage throughout the country. There's not enough trees to supply the market.
But at Staggerwalt Land Services in Tomahawk, there are plenty of trees. Even though prices are still higher, Edward Staggerwalt says his input costs are up.
There's a lot that goes on with it, but the things that are really making a difference this year come down to fertilizers, which are really important, chemicals, and all the time we spend mowing for grass control.
Despite high costs, business is booming. Staggerwalt's is selling more trees than ever.
We've seen really good demand, and we're lucky to have the fields close by. Yesterday, I went out and cut 10 more trees for the retail lot.
With the mission of making sure there's a tree available for everybody, his team will be ready for the task whenever the time comes.
If we don't have them here, we absolutely can go cut them if we have to. Right now, this time of the year, we don't really want to do that, but it can be done.
Reporting in Tomahawk, Mohammed Abdul Kawi, Newswatch 12.
A new study is shining a light on bacteria lurking in your bathroom. We'll have a look at that research.
And millions of Americans are bracing for a winter storm. We'll have a look at where it's heading next after weather with Conrad.
Whether it's for work or play, you want a truck that'll get the job done right. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramax, SUVs, over 800 to choose from. Know that all Lens trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, can be purchased online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. Go now to lenstruck.com.
Lens Truck. The best way to start your day is with a cup of coffee from Eagle River Roasters. Newswatch 12 Today wants to get that coffee to you through the Mugshot Monday contest. Enter online and watch Monday mornings to see if you're the lucky winner. Find can't miss events in the North Woods on the event page at WJFW.com. Join Nate Myhawk Thursdays on Up North at 4 as he takes a look ahead at events happening this week in the North Woods. Sponsored by Merrill Steel.
You've decided to go back to school. Good for you. So, which would you rather do? Get up early, get dressed, drive to college, find a parking spot, walk across campus, only to sit in a giant lecture hall, or earn your degree from home with Independence University.
I have two small children, a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old, so the online format and the flexibility was a must.
I could work at my own pace, and I was still able to take care of my kids while going to school.
We'll even provide you with a new laptop and tablet to keep when you graduate, and a personal student success team.
I have had such personalized attention, and it's an online degree.
If I had a question on the coursework, I always got my answer within an hour or two.
I will never be able to express what I owe this institution.
Independence University. Online, but never alone.
Call 1-800-879-1493. 1-800-879-1493.
And welcome back. It is Monday, beginning of the week. I got some good news for you guys. If you want a white Christmas, you're going to get it. 92% of the time we have a white Christmas. And once again, this will be the year. Take a look behind me. This is a picture I took just a couple of days ago. A nice and beautiful shot of all that snow. Still some unfrozen waters out there, so be careful if you're out and about. Maybe ice fishing. I know that is very popular. Now, we do have around an inch of snowfall here in town. A little bit more north and west of town, but big changes are on the way. That whole map will be filled with snowfall as another low pressure system will be moving in. This is going to be the biggest snowfall we're going to get this year so far, and it's starting to brew right now in the west. Couple of snow showers in Denver, same thing in Salt Lake City, Billings, but by tomorrow, this is really going to be ramping up. For us, though, it's going to arrive Tuesday night into the Wednesday morning time frame. Right now, though, just some cloudy skies. No precipitation in the region, but changes are moving in. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning time frame, that's when wintry precipitation is going to start to move in the area. Some sleet, freezing rain, a little bit of snow mixed in there. So road conditions are going to be treacherous outside. And then with more heavy, wet snow on the back end of this, it's really going to be piling up, especially with these temperatures below freezing. So heavy snow throughout the day on Wednesday, and then really picking up in intensity Wednesday night into Thursday. Once again, continuing into Thursday, then some scattered snow showers Friday, and once again for the first half of the day on Saturday before finally moving out later on in the weekend. So it's really going to be a long-lasting low-pressure system. Get ready, get those shovels and plows ready, because we will need all of it, all the reinforcements we need, as icy conditions will be expected. Some strong winds as well, with some heavy wet snow that will definitely create some treacherous poor road conditions. Likely over 6 inches of snowfall throughout the period. And yes, unfortunately, some power outages will be likely, especially with all that wind and heavy wet snow and a little bit of ice accumulations, maybe a 1/10 to 0.2 inches of ice before it transitions to all snow. So we're looking at by Thursday morning, we're looking at maybe even over 6 inches of snow. But mind you, it will continue snowing on Thursday into Friday. So snow totals will be a little bit higher than that. And we know that all this is coming through. A big low pressure system moving in, not only here in Wisconsin, all across the upper Midwest. Look at North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. There's some blizzard warnings. Looks like a Christmas tree, but there's also some tornado warnings down south. For us, though, this is going to stay mostly snow, a little bit of ice and some wintry precipitation at first, but then all snow. So we know it's all coming. That's why some winter storm watches have been posted here in the region, and they will get upgraded shortly. Temperatures, though, are cooling down. Definitely cold enough to support all of the snow, kind of like right now, 29 degrees here in town. Same thing in Eagle River. Pretty much all across the state, we're hovering near that freezing mark or slightly below. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show all of that snow sticking around, but look at Sunday into Monday. Finally, we're in the clear. We'll see lots of sunshine with cold temperatures ahead. Jessica?
Thank you, Conrad. A massive winter storm that slammed the western United States is now moving east. More than 10 million people are under winter weather alerts. It's all part of a massive winter storm that blanketed the mountains in California, the Sierra Nevadas, getting up to 5 feet. The storm shutting down parts of Interstate 80 in Northern California amid concerns in the area about possible avalanches.
I just can't believe there's more snow here than there is at my brother's in New Hampshire or my old house in Vermont. You never would think it, so I must have brought the snow. I don't know.
It could be days before people in the Lake Tahoe area dig out from the latest winter blast. Storms have dumped more than 7.5 feet in the region since December 1st.
A local environmental education center teaches kids through hands-on exploration and play. Registration is now open for their winter session. The Kinderwild Camp at Trees for Tomorrow in Eagle River runs for 9 weeks starting on January 6th. It's an opportunity for 3 to 5-year-olds to explore the woods, discover new interests, and meet new friends. For more information about registering, go to treesfortomorrow.com. Just when you think flushing a toilet is already gross, a new experiment shines a light on just how gross it is.
In the new experiment, using bright green lasers and camera equipment, scientists from the University of Colorado Boulder were able to visualize airborne particles. The particles are invisible to the naked eye, but they're shot into the air when a lidless toilet is flushed. These particles can transport pathogens, including bacteria and viruses that can cause disease. The scientists reported that particles reach nearly 5 feet above the toilet, with droplets lingering in the air for 5 minutes. Some tips to cut down on the exposure: close the lid before you flush and make sure your toothbrush is covered.
High school basketball is heating up with some Northern Lakes Conference battles tonight.
Newswatch 12's Serenity Douglas will join us to break down a few games from our area. We'll be right back.
There are still too many bad burgers out there. So Arby's is running that Wagyu Steakhouse burger back. Arby's, we have the meat.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected.
I'm proud of you, kid.
And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
It's a red carpet affair this New Year's Eve. At Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg, dress to impress. There will be party favors, complimentary food from the Mint, a free photo booth, and live music from VideoStar. Plus, hot seat drawings, barrel drawings for $1,000 cash. Then at midnight, a grand prize drawing for a Ford Explorer and $2,000 cash. Plus, another cash giveaway at 1 a.m. Earn entries throughout December to win big on New Year's Eve.
The sweetest place in town, the country store of Eagle River, is known for its quality candy. Made the old-fashioned way, slow cooked in large copper kettles, then the candy is cooled on marble tables. Embrace the sweet aroma of your favorite candies: chocolates, fudge, brittle, turtles, snappers, almond bark, taffy, and hard candies. Order your holiday gift baskets filled with all sorts of goodies for friends, family, and colleagues. Treat yourself at the country store of Eagle River.
Ever dream of a charming toy store with unique toys, games, and puzzles? A store that encourages unplugged and active play, discovery, and imagination. It's real, it's Imaginuity. Visit our beautiful new store in Minocqua soon.
Coming up, we'll be joined by Nurse Christina Paris for another segment of Nursing the North.
We continue to track our winter storm as promised, some winter storm watches and other alerts across the viewing area. How much precipitation could we see? We'll already tune in on a Tuesday from 5 to 7.
All right. Let's talk sports, specifically girls basketball. Crandon hosted 3 lakes, and the student section is obviously ready for the Christmas break. Starting in the first half, assist to Holly Polipagi, who scored nothing but net, and Mara Stamper drives down court to score a nice layup. Crandon is up. Then Stamper again with a jumper before a foul is called. Blue Jays' Kaylee Volt secures a good jumper for a 2-pointer to get 3 lakes on the board. Then Jenna Erickson gets the check, and she'll score immediately, but it's all Paligbigi owning the court with this effortless 3, and she goes for another and makes it. Crandon ends up winning this one 56-19. Moving down the street to Leona Wabino, where they hosted Florence. We're starting in the second half. Leona Wabino is up 51-34. Florence's Victoria Peterson secures a nice 3, but the Rebels' Riley Yeager shows off and makes her 3. It's now 54-36. And trust me, this is not a replay. Riley Yeager does it again from the same spot for 3, and it's raining 3s for the Rebels. This one's from Grace Cross, and Florence will respond with Camden Johnson. And her driving layup with Lily Terry. Then Riley Yeager getting the low assist, and she'll score. Leona Wabino goes on to win it 66-44. White Lake Athletics made the announcement public on their Facebook page this morning. They say that their girls basketball season was lost due to a lack of players in the program. The school did say they would still be trying to schedule scrimmages for the remaining players, but would not be participating in regular season games. We spoke with the girls basketball head coach, who is also the athletic director, Emily Coleman.
We had one girl go down with a knee injury just 2 weeks ago, so I decided to cancel the season. We're still practicing until the end of February like we would our normal season. We're looking to schedule a couple scrimmages with other teams in the area too.
The White Lake boys football team is combined with Elko for 8-man football. I asked Emily if that's in the works for the girls basketball team.
I don't know everything about what happens because this is my first year as AD, but I know that they were trying to push that just for volleyball next year, and then, or this year even, and then it never went through. I know it went to the school board, but it did not pass the school board.
Follow White Lake Athletics on Facebook for all the latest updates on the remainder of their season. The Milwaukee Bucks headed to H-Town to face off with the Rockets at Toyota Center Sunday night. The Bucks started strong in the first half, fighting their way any way they could, taking it 25-19 in the first. But in the second quarter, Milwaukee began to get sloppy. So the Rockets and their young players moved in, taking the second quarter 50-48. In the third, the Bucks were able to regain some momentum, but nevertheless, the Rockets were right on their tail. The guys really had no room for error, yet they made errors, giving up major points and fouls to the Rockets in the last quarter. The Bucks ultimately fell to the Rockets 97-92. Mike Budenholzer spoke about the loss.
Didn't deliver, didn't take care of the ball, didn't make shots. We played, we didn't play good enough to win. So credit to Houston, they played well. Their defense was good. They executed and got to the free throw line late, hit some big shots late. So credit to them.
The Golden State Warriors head to Pfizer Forum Arena to play the Bucks tomorrow at 6:30. The Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team is ranked in the AP Top 25 for the first time this season. Wisconsin came in at number 22 in the week's poll, thanks to a big win over 13th ranked Maryland. The Badgers are off to a strong start this season and winning 8 out of the first 10 games. More after the break.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction. Then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-898-6703. That's 1-800-898-6703, or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-898-6703. Call now.
Some Wisconsin Republicans have urged Democratic Governor Tony Evers to ban TikTok from Wisconsin state devices. He hasn't taken any action, but other states are taking action. Today, Alabama's governor is banning TikTok from state-owned electronic devices, citing cybersecurity concerns. Critics of TikTok says the Chinese-owned app poses privacy risks by allowing China access to user data collected by TikTok. Governors in Utah, South Dakota, Maryland, and Texas have passed similar bans.
The man at the center of the collapse of cryptocurrency exchange FTX has been arrested. The Attorney General of the Bahamas says former CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is in custody at the request of the U.S. based on a sealed indictment. Officials say he was arrested without incident at his apartment complex. He's scheduled to appear in court tomorrow. FTX was one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the world until the company couldn't cover the sudden wave of customer withdrawals. Bankman-Fried has denied misusing customer deposits.
Nuclear power plants use nuclear fission to create energy, but there is a more efficient way to harness nuclear energy. That's nuclear fusion. And scientists just made a big breakthrough on that front. The U.S. Department of Energy is reportedly set to announce scientists have produced the first ever nuclear fusion reaction, resulting in a net energy gain. That means the reaction creates more energy than it uses. The implication is a potentially infinite source of clean energy that could help stop dependence on fossil fuels. The Financial Times reports the Energy Department is expected to make the announcement official tomorrow. All nuclear power plants in the world use nuclear fission right now.
Green Bay unveiled a very cheesy sculpture along the downtown riverfront today. It reads, "I heart GB" in green and gold with a heart of cheese. The steel sculpture is nearly 10 feet tall and weighs 1,200 pounds. It's on the city deck boardwalk and promenade along the Fox River. The goal is to promote the city with visitors taking photos with the sculpture and riverfront backdrop and posting them to social media. Wisconsin produces nearly 3.4 billion pounds of cheese every year. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles. Lock in your rate, and you're protected.
I'm proud of you, kid.
And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
Upgrade any space and maximize storage with great closet systems at Menards. Make your storage your own with Dakota Closets. They feature a great selection of custom sizes and styles to match your specific needs. Dakota Closets are easy to set up and are great for hanging clothes and storing accessories in any room of your house. Save big money on Dakota Closets. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Prevention is important. Help protect yourself and others from the spread of illness by keeping your home clean and germ-free. Here are some areas to pay special attention to. Walkways and floors around main doors accumulate a lot of germs. Make sure you sanitize these frequently. The kitchen can be a haven for microbes. Concentrate on countertops and appliances that get a lot of hand contact. The living room is a hub of activity where germs can easily spread. Locate and handle any often touched objects. Bathrooms attract viruses and bacteria very quickly. Focus on faucets, fixtures, and floors to keep germs at bay. Children's areas can easily become breeding grounds for germs. Address objects and places where kids sleep and play. Sanitizing is easy and should be done several times a day. First, ensure good ventilation. Then, clean all dirt from the surface or object. Next, kill the remaining germs with disinfectant, following the manufacturer's directions. And finally, wash your hands thoroughly. Learn all prevention guidelines. Download the free booklet at scientology.org/staywell. An ounce of prevention is worth a ton of cure.
All right, Conrad, Jessica, Serenity, what if I told you guys that a local high schooler made $1,000 because of a gingerbread house?
What?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
so this is the house.
Wow.
Gavin Haldaway from Florence was awarded a $1,000 scholarship to a local technical college for this gingerbread house, and he's going to be studying electromechanical technology, so kind of engineering adjacent. You can kind of see the skill set there. So congratulations.
It's a beautiful house.
No,
yeah.
Seems like a great engineer. Wow. Good start.
Making gingerbread houses is very underrated. It's difficult.
It is, because, you know, the gingerbread, it breaks apart quite easily, and the frosting doesn't really stick together.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of sticking together, we got to stick together, stay warm, and we got to stay protected from all this snow on the way. Right now, just some cloudy skies, but look at this. Looks like a Christmas tree. It's all lit up. Winter storm watches have been posted. They will get upgraded tomorrow. Our 7-day outlook does show a long-lasting low-pressure system. Tuesday night into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then lingering into Saturday. Get ready, guys.
Serenity, Jessica, you have the shovels ready, the gloves, the mittens.
I saw 4.
All the snow lovers are very excited right now. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Our biggest sale of the year is held over, so there's still time to get Black Friday deals during our huge Thanksgiving sale, held over at Slumberland Furniture. Incredible prices, plus get 30% off on top of that store-wide at Slumberland.
Look! It's easy to say things. Anyone can do that.
Look closer.
Meaning what you say, that's a little harder, and a little harder to find. But at U.S. Cellular, when we say you get unlimited data for $29.99 per line, we don't mean only if you get 4 lines. We mean $29.99 per line, even 1. Plus, every plan is price protected for every customer.
Protecting the people and businesses in our community is our highest priority. Our combined 126 years of history connects you to some of the best carriers in the business, like Auto Owners Insurance. Together, Klinner and Meyer Insurance bring even more expertise and more ways to protect you, all with the same unwavering support and a single commitment, protecting what matters most in your world. Together, we are Klinner Insurance. Your world protected.
Enjoy the beauty of the season at Traders. Find an outfit for the party. Get inspired by our unique trees and old world Christmas ornaments.
Set the scene for entertaining and celebrate. Happy holidays! Get a sweet deal this weekend at Traders.
Looking to add warmth to your home with a new gas, wood, pellet, or electric unit? Look no further than Trapper's Fireplace Gallery in Eagle River, carrying the best selection from Heat and Glow, Quadrifire, Simplifier, and Vermont castings. From complete installs to service to maintenance, we have you covered. From the Dahlquist family you've trusted for over 50 years, visit their showroom, Trapper's Fireplace Gallery